Mike's partner.
Mike 20.
Night, sweetheart.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 4-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On second down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He's got Curse. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Fitzpatrick. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Regular.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Brown, complete. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Fitzpatrick. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Ready.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
That's it. 780. 8.
Hey, switch gears.
20.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
3rd and 2, Newton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tyler Boyd. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Redskins nothing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing Fitzpatrick. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, color.
On 2nd and 12, Fitzpatrick, and this one's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake, it's Fitzpatrick. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. The defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Flushed out right. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Newton. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Here is Eckler. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I know. Sometimes people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
Regular.
To throw on 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
On plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Airing one deep for Curse. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the...
His guys take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. A gain of 32 that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Looking to throw on second down. Newton to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now third and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On third down, Taylor. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready, 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Woo-hoo! That's it. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hurry, shut up.
Now Taylor to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Newton. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it'll be second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Throwing again. Newton steps away to his left. And he's in for the 49ers score. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Watch Twitch. Watch Twitch. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Watch Twitch, watch Twitch, watch Twitch. Undercrush, undercrush.
It's Eckler again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Third and long, it's Taylor. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's going to field this at the 4. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. And he completes it to Boyd. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, it's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. On first down, Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to the air, Newton on second down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw again on second down. Taylor got a man. It's Brown. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Taylor now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there the defense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. And some room to maneuver. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 2nd and 12, Newton dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Flushed out right, complete, it's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Evan Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Taylor. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ready. Right to the 3, 8, 8.
I got you. Check.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Gun.
To throw again. Newton. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Newton to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a 1st down as well. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. He gets this one to Boyd. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 18 yards, first down Niners.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's got it. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing here, Newton. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Rex Zerline lining up for the play.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Zerline connects on the extra point. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And it was the Packers who were able to come away with a victory there. Brock Osweiler, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Taylor. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw again is Taylor. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That's another Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles.